Hello, and thanks for purchasing the HORI Z300 3D printer. This video gives a detailed look at various printer components as well as high-level instructions to operate the printer via the touchscreen. First, let's look at the printer components. In addition to the power button, power plug, and SD card slot introduced in the last video, there is also a USB port to the left of the SD card slot on the front of the printer. This USB slot provides connectivity to a computer where you can print remotely. The printing platform consists of a hotbed, the platform alignment screws, and a glass plate. The X-axis control motor. The X-axis limit switch. The Y-axis limit switch. And the Y-axis control motor. The printing head consists of a filament feeding motor, the feeder module cooling fan, the model cooling fan, and the printing nozzle. The feeder cooling fan is always powered on to help cool the feeder and not adjustable. The model cooling fan, on the other hand, is adjustable and can be powered off using HORI's HORI printing software. For details, please see the HORI software tutorials. Next, let's take a look at how to operate the printer via the touchscreen interface. There are 5 menus at the bottom of the touchscreen. From left to right, they are the home screen, speed settings, filament settings, printing head adjustments, and SD card contents. First, let's take a look at the home screen. On the home screen, there are 3 temperature indicators. From left to right, these line graphs show the temperatures of printing head 1, printing head 2, and the hotbed over time. On each graph, the yellow lines indicate the current temperature, and the red lines indicate the desired temperature. A component's desired temperature can be adjusted using the plus and minus signs to the left of the graph. The minimum temperature increment or decrement is 5 degrees Celsius or approximately 40 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a printing progress bar below the temperature indicators. When printing remotely, the progress bar will be shown on the computer. Second, the speed settings menu. From left to right, the 3 speed dials reveal the printing speed, the fan speed, and the filament flow speed of the printer. Press the plus or minus signs below the dials to adjust the corresponding settings. Note that the printing speed and the filament flow speed percentages are relative to the model parameters set in HORI's HORI printing software. For model setting details, please see the HORI software tutorials. Next, the filament settings menu. The filament settings menu helps with 2 aspects of the printer. First, to assist with resupplying the printing filament, and second, to help with adjusting the printing platform for best filament flow during printing. The left side of the menu helps with changing printing filaments. The Z300 is a single nozzle printer, so the nozzle 2 checkbox can be ignored. Z300 accepts 2 types of filaments, PLA and ABS filaments. Be sure to select the correct filament type as the material has its own unique melting temperature. The 2 checkboxes at the bottom are the one-click load and unload filament buttons. They are used during filament resupplying operations. We will expand on filament resupplying operations in later videos. On the right side of the menu, there are 4 printing head calibration buttons. Pressing each button will move the printing head to the corresponding calibration point. The 4th menu is used to manually adjust the printing platform and the printing head positions. The top left button is used to unlock the printing head from the positioning motors. When selected, the printing head can be moved manually to any horizontal position. The 3 checkboxes below the unlock checkbox are used to adjust the unit movement distance of the printing head or platform. For example, with the first checkbox selected, the printing head will move a 10mm unit distance every time a control arrow is pressed. The first set of control arrows are used to set the position of the printing head horizontally along the X and Y axes. The second set of control arrows are used to set the position of the printing platform along the Z axis. The last two sets of control arrows are used to control the filament loading and unloading positions for the feeder. The home button in the center of the X-Y axis control arrows resets both the X and Y coordinates of the printing head. The home button in the center of the Z-axis control arrows resets the printing head position along all three axes. The last menu is the SD card contents menu. If you are using the SD card that comes pre-packaged with the Z300, you'll see two G-code test files. Pressing on a file name will display three new buttons on the screen. First, the play button is used to start printing. Then, the pause button is used to pause printing. Finally, the stop button is used to stop printing. Pressing the play button will also show the required filament volume and printing time for the model. We have covered all the important components of the Z300. Thanks and enjoy.